my kind and inquisitive Virgo friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Virgo, you may feel as if you're standing on the threshold of a quieter, private reckoning. There's a subtle ache, part longing, part relief, woven through your days. Something you've outgrown no longer fits, yet what you reach for next remains indistinct. You hesitate in conversations, not quite revealing the deeper restlessness humming beneath your steady words. The routines that once lent comfort now seem too small, their edges brushing against your need for something truer. This tension sits just below the surface, making itself known in fleeting moments. A pause before you answer, a sigh at the end of the workday, a glance out the window when no one's watching. It isn't dramatic, but it's undeniable. The sense of needing to move on is as real as the uncertainty about where you're headed. All week, you're more attuned to the undercurrents, noticing the subtle fatigue that comes from carrying what you no longer need. There's a quiet hope, too, even if you rarely speak of it. A hope for more ease, more honesty, maybe even a lighter heart. For now, though, you hold the tension, waiting for the next step to show itself. You find yourself embodying a state of quiet transition. The 6 of Swords appears not as a proclamation, but as a soft echo of what you already know. You are in the midst of moving away from something that has quietly shaped you. There is no fanfare, no grand farewell. Instead, it's the gentle, determined work of turning inward, sorting your own thoughts and making peace with what is leaving your life. Perhaps you notice a growing distance from old habits, or even from people who once felt essential. You don't push them away, but you stop clinging. In small, almost invisible ways, you lighten your emotional load. The desire for clarity is strong, but the clarity you crave is not about knowing every answer. It's about finding enough space inside yourself to let go. There may be moments this week when sadness washes over you, not because you regret the past, but because you are honoring it as you quietly depart. You might catch yourself daydreaming about different places, quieter routines, or simpler days. The need for peace becomes palpable, and you notice how much energy it takes to maintain old patterns. It's a bittersweet process, this inner migration. You are not escaping, nor are you searching for a new identity. Instead, you are slowly, compassionately releasing the weight of what no longer serves you. This week, your emotional posture is gentle but resolute. You hold the knowledge that change is both necessary and private. Even when others don't notice, you feel it in your bones. The time has come to cross to the other side of something. You recognize old fears as they bubble up, but you meet them with more patience than ever before. The unspoken tension is real, but so is your quiet courage. Underneath it all, you trust that this movement, however subtle, is leading you somewhere softer, somewhere you can finally rest. It's from this inner movement that your path takes shape. The act of letting go, however quietly it unfolds, creates a subtle momentum in your days. One thing leads naturally to another. The space you're clearing within yourself starts to invite change from the outside too. Unfinished business resurfaces, sometimes disguised as chance meetings or unexpected reminders. Each time you notice these echoes, you feel the pull to respond differently, to make choices that reflect where you are now, not where you used to be. In this way, the private work of release becomes the backdrop for new experiences. The world doesn't pause for your transition, but it begins to arrange itself around your shifting center of gravity. You sense the pressure of decisions, the friction of old cycles rubbing against emerging possibilities. This week, the link between your inner state and what unfolds around you is unmistakable, even if it's subtle. The path ahead starts to reveal itself, shaped by the quiet courage you've already shown. Momentum gathers around you like a current. The wheel of fortune makes its presence known, not with loud upheaval, but with the steady turning of events that seem just beyond your control. Life's pace quickens in small but noticeable ways. You may feel as if you're being swept into situations that echo old patterns, yet something is different this time. You're more aware, more awake to the push and pull of fate and choice. There's a sense of being tested, not by external forces alone, but by your own readiness to meet change as it comes. The pressures are real. Deadlines, shifting expectations, or even simple miscommunications create an atmosphere of unpredictability. Some days the world seems intent on reminding you that nothing stays still for long, but within this whirlwind, you also glimpse new possibilities. Unexpected invitations, surprising insights, and moments of synchronicity appear at the edges of your routine. These are not accidents. They arise because you have begun to relinquish your grip on what no longer serves, making room for the unfamiliar. There is friction, yes, especially as you navigate the tug-of-war between comfort and growth. You might find yourself resisting, wanting to slow things down or hold onto what's familiar. Yet you also sense that the wheel is turning with or without your consent. This is a week of responding, of noticing how you react when events don't go as planned. The active pressures are less about external demands and more about your willingness to participate in the changes already in motion. You feel the discomfort, but you also recognize the momentum as a sign that you're moving forward. Each choice, each response, becomes a way of shaping the direction of your path, even if the outcome remains uncertain. The world is asking you to show up as you are, to meet change with an open, if cautious, heart. Yet, the turning of events and the choices you face do not guarantee anything unless you meet them consciously. Potential isn't just about what happens to you, it's about how you engage with the unfolding. The way forward depends on your willingness to bring awareness to each moment, to notice when you're tempted to retreat and when you're ready to open. There is a quiet invitation here, to let the movement around you be met with the same gentleness you've offered yourself inside. The possibility of growth rests not in the pace of change, but in the quality of your attention. Only by being present to your own experience can you truly discover what this week can become. In the space created by all this movement, the Four of Cups emerges. It doesn't demand anything of you. Instead, it arrives as an invitation to pause, to notice what you've been overlooking. Growth for you is not in rushing toward the next thing, but in allowing yourself to fully inhabit this in-between. You may sense a subtle dissatisfaction, a quiet questioning of what you thought you wanted. This isn't a sign that something is wrong. It's a gentle nudge to see what's already here, waiting for your attention. The world may offer distractions, new opportunities, fresh faces, tempting escapes, but your real potential lies in your ability to sit with discomfort, to listen for what your heart is trying to say. In these quieter moments, you may become aware of a longing for deeper meaning, for more authentic connection. The invitation is simple. Allow yourself to be present even when things feel unfinished or imperfect. In doing so, you open to unexpected insights, small joys, and the kind of clarity that comes only when you stop searching for answers and start noticing what's already present. Growth this week is less about action and more about receptivity. By honoring your own feelings, even the uncomfortable ones, you create the conditions for real change, change that arises not from striving but from listening. The week holds the possibility of discovering a new sense of contentment, not by seeking more, but by seeing differently. All three cards weave together into a gentle, coherent story. The Six of Swords quietly marks your departure from what's outgrown, guiding you through an emotional crossing that is both private and profound. The Wheel of Fortune reminds you that life is always in motion, that the world will spin whether you're ready or not. There is both pressure and possibility in this movement, and you feel the friction as you navigate each day. The Four of Cups then offers a soft place to land, an opportunity to pause and reflect on all that's changed. You are not asked to do more, but to see more, to recognize the value in this moment, even if it feels incomplete. Taken together, these cards suggest a week where the real work is subtle, internal, and deeply human. There is reassurance in knowing that you do not have to rush. The transition you're experiencing is valid, even if it's invisible to others. The pressures you feel are not a sign of failure, but of movement. And the quiet invitations to pause, to notice, to listen, these are where you find your balance. This is a week to honor your own pace, to trust the wisdom of your own unfolding. Whatever comes, you are already meeting it with more grace than you realize. The process is enough. You are enough. Actionable insights for Virgo this week. This week's invitation is to honor the gentle unease that signals change without forcing clarity before it's ready. Try letting yourself linger a little longer in moments that feel unresolved. Allow your attention to rest on small comforts, even if answers remain out of reach. Notice what feels different when you give yourself permission to move slowly. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I welcome the quiet shift in my heart. I notice my feelings, even the uneasy ones. I am patient with change and with myself. Each day I move gently forward. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.